Today we are going to look at dividing polynomials. So first of all, that word polynomial is just another word for an expression. So our quadratic here from our GCSE can also be called a polynomial, and it can also have higher powers in it. So if we look down here, you can see you have a cubed term here, so a cubic polynomial this would be. So we can write polynomials as a product of factors by factorising. So for example, in GCSE, we learn how to factorise an expression like this, so our quadratic. So remember, we know this goes into a double bracket. We split our x squared and x in both. We find factors of that 12, and then we know we need to use a pair of factors to make the middle. And 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 add 2 make that 8. So our product of factors, our factors of this quadratic are x plus 6 and x plus 2. So we can also show this by dividing the polynomial by a factor. So if we take the quadratic that we have, so x squared plus 8x plus 12, and if we divide it by one of the factors, so x plus 2, it will give us the answer of x plus 6. Or vice versa, if we divide it by x plus 6, it will give us the answer of the other factor, x plus 2. So this lesson we are going to look at how to divide a polynomial by a factor. And additional maths often uses cubic polynomials. So we're going to look at dividing an expression like this by a factor. But to start with, we're just going to look at a numerical example. So when we are dividing, we use our bus stop. But there is a slightly different method within the bus stop that you may or may not have seen. So we're going to show that first because it crosses over into the algebraic version that I'm going to show you in a bit. So 7,455 divided by 15. So if we draw our bus stop down ready, 7,455 in the middle like normal, and 15 on the outside. And just for easiness, I'm just going to write the 15 times table just in case down the side so you can see where I'm coming from in a second. So we've got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 6 15s are 90, 7 15s are 105, 8 15s are 120, 9 15s are 135, and 10 15s are 150, but remember you won't need that. So, as normal, you start off with how many 15s go into 7? They don't. And usually we'd carry the 7 here, but then on this style, I'm just going to look at the whole 74. So how many 15s go into 74 next? So we can see 75 is too high, so 4 go in. So you write the 4 on the top. Now what you do here is 4 times 15 is our 60. So you write the 60 down below and you subtract to get the remainder. So what we'd normally do is do all this in our head and write the remainder here. But what we can do is we can drag the bus stop down and show our remainder in a different way. So if we do 74 take away 60, it gives us 14. So that would be our remainder. And then you drag this 5 down. So instead of writing the little 14 here and seeing 145, you can see 145 down here. And then you start again. So how many 15s go into 145? You can see 9 15s do. So you put the 9 on the top and then you go backwards. So 9 times 15 is 135 and you subtract. So 145 take away 135 gives you 10. And then remember, drag this 5 down. So finally, we've got how many 15s go into 105? We can see it here, 7 15s are 105. So we know 7 15s are 105, and 105 take away 105 is 0. So that's one way of doing your numerical bus stop. It's not a way that we use in Pontedilais, but it is a method that's out there. And we're going to be using that kind of method to do our dividing polynomials. So the only way to show you this is to jump straight into this examples. Just to warn you, this is a difficult topic. So try and stay with me, pause the video where you need to, and we're going to be doing 5 examples of these together. So we've got divide x cubed plus 7x squared plus 14x plus 6 by x plus 3. So your bus stop goes down. This goes on the inside, so your polynomial on the inside. Make sure your bus stop goes all the way across. And this is your factor, this is what you're dividing by, so your x plus 3 on the outside. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, I know the whole factor is x plus 3, but the first thing you want to do is just divide by the x. So you're going to be doing x cubed divided by x. X cubed divided by x gives us x squared. Now once you've divided into it, you now times out, but you times out by the whole thing. So you do x squared times x gives you x cubed, and x squared times 3 gives you plus 3x squared. And notice I'm putting them directly below the terms inside the bus stop. And just like we did with our numerical example, we now want to subtract. So x cubed take away x cubed gives you 0. 7x squared take away 3x squared gives you 4x squared. Okay, so now again, this here, we're not going to use it straight away on the dividing, but it needs to be dragged down. So that plus 14x needs to come down. So now you start the process again. So you first divide by the x only, ignore the plus 3. So you have 4x squared divided by x. So 4x squared divided by x gives you 4x. So you're going to have plus 4x up here. And now we need to times out. So we do 4x times x first, gives us 4x squared again. And 4x times 3 gives us 12x. Again, once you've got both of these terms, you subtract. So 4x squared take away 4x squared is 0. 14x take away 12x is 2x. Again, drag this plus 6 down, ready, and we start again. So we do 2x divided by x. So 2x divided by x gives us 2. So we're going to have plus 2 on the top. Now times out. So we have 2 times x to give us 2x. And 2 times 3 to give us 6. And you can see these expressions are identical. So when we subtract them, we get 0. So we know that x plus 3 is a factor. It goes in exactly. And our answer is what's on top of the bus stop like normal. So x squared plus 4x plus 2. Example 2. So we're going to divide x cubed minus x squared minus 4x plus 4 by the factor x plus 2. So into our bus stop first. So x cubed minus x squared minus 4x plus 4 and x plus 2 on the outside. So remember, divide through by the x first and then multiply out by the whole factor. So we've got x cubed divided by x gives us x squared, and then remember we're going to multiply out by the whole thing. So x squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times 2 is plus 2x squared. Now we want to subtract. So x cubed take away x cubed is nothing. So remember, minus 1x squared this is, take away plus 2x squared. So remember, you are subtracting this, so a minus and a plus make a minus. So you've got minus 1x squared minus 2x squared gives you minus 3x squared. Remember, drag this next term down, so your minus 4x goes here ready. And then start again. So minus 3x squared divided by x gives you minus 3x. Now multiply out. So minus 3x times x gives you minus 3x squared. And minus 3x times 2 gives you minus 6x. Again, be careful with these negatives then. So minus 3x squared minus minus 3x squared. Minus and a minus makes a plus, so they disappear to 0. And same here, minus 4x take away minus 6x. So these two minuses make a plus, so you have minus 4x plus 6x to give you 2x. drag this last term down so the plus 4 comes down and start again. So you have 2x divided by x gives you plus 2 and then times out. So we have 2 times x to give us 2x, 2 times 2 to give us 4, and again you can see these two are identical, so when you subtract them you get 0. So your answer for this example is x squared minus 3x plus 2. Example 3 then, so divide 3x cubed, so notice there's a coefficient in front of this x cubed now, minus 10x squared plus x plus 6 by x minus 3. So, bus stop down, polynomial inside, and what you're dividing by on the outside. Okay, so remember, divide through by the x only, so you have 3x cubed divided by x. So the coefficient doesn't go anywhere, so you can have 3x squared. Times back out, so 3x squared times x gives us 3x cubed, and 3x squared times minus 3 gives you minus 9x squared. And subtract, so 3x cubed take away 3x cubed is nothing, minus 10x squared subtracted by minus 9x squared. So these two minuses are going to make a plus. So minus 10x squared plus 9x squared is going to give you minus 1x squared, or minus x squared if we're being perfect. Drag down this term, ready, and then divide through again. So you've got minus x squared divided by x gives you minus x, times out, so you have minus x times x gives you minus x squared, and minus x times minus 3, minus and a minus makes a plus, x times 3, 3x. And now we're going to subtract. So remember, when you subtract these, it's going to go to 0, and then you have x take away plus 3x. So the minus and the plus here is going to make a minus, so you've got 1x, take away 3x, to take you to minus 2x. Last bit, drag down this plus 6 and start again. So divide into this, so minus 2x divided by x gives you minus 2, times out, so minus 2 times x gives you minus 2x, and minus 2 times minus 3, the minus and a minus makes a plus, 2 3s are 6. And again, when these are identical, you know it's going to subtract to make 0. So your answer for this one is 3x squared minus x minus 2. Now, these last two examples here are going to have remainders. So you have to be confident in what you're doing, because obviously you're not expecting the 0 for these now. So we're going to divide x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 by x plus 1. So bus stop down again, polynomial on the inside, and we're going to divide by this x plus 1. So exactly the same strategy, except right at the bottom, instead of getting 0, you're going to get a value. So x cubed divided by x gives us x squared, and times out. So x squared times x is x cubed, x squared times 1 is like plus 1x squared, or plus x squared. And subtract, so x cubed take away x cubed is 0, 2x squared take away x squared gives you 1x squared, or x squared if you don't want to write the 1. Drag down the minus 3x ready, and go through it again. So we've got x squared divided by x gives you plus x, so plus 1x, then times out, so we've got x times x to give us x squared, and x times 1 to give us plus x. If you want to write the 1 here to make it easier for you, you can. And subtract, so x squared take away x squared is nothing, minus 3x take away plus 1x. So this minus and a plus make a minus. We've got minus 3 minus 1 basically, which gives us minus 4x. Drag down this plus 1 and start it again. So minus 4x divided by x gives you minus 4, and times out, so we have minus 4 times x to gives you minus 4x, and minus 4 times 1 to give you minus 4. Minus 4x, take away minus 4x is 0, and then plus 1, take away minus 4. The minus and the minus make a plus, so 1 plus 4 gives you 5. So this actually has a remainder of 5. This is your remainder here, with your answer as x squared plus x minus 4. Final example then, so we've got divide 2x cubed minus x squared minus 4x plus 1 by x minus 1. So again, bus stop down, polynomial on the inside, and x minus 1 on the outside. So divide through by that x, so 2x cubed divided by x gives you 2x squared, times out, so 2x squared times x gives you 2x cubed. 2x squared times minus 1 gives you minus 2x squared. And subtract. So 2x cubed, take away 2x cubed is 0. Minus x squared minus 2x squared. Remember, you're subtracting that minus. So these two minuses make a plus here. So minus 1x squared plus 2x squared takes you to a positive 1x squared. Drag down the minus 4x and start again. So x squared divided by x gives you plus x, times out, so x times x gives you x squared, x times minus 1 is minus x, and subtract. So x squared take away x squared is 0, minus 4x take away minus x. So again, these two minuses make a plus, so minus 4x plus x gives you minus 3x, and drag that plus 1 down, last go. So divide through by the x, so minus 3x divided by x is minus 3, and times out, minus 3 times x is minus 3x, and minus 3 times minus 1 is plus 3, and subtract. So minus 3x, take away minus 3x is 0, 1 take away 3 gives you minus 2. So it has a remainder of minus 2, but the answer is 2x squared plus x minus 3.